this is MarqueeCrew, and I'm about to show a solution and a little bit of how I made that solution for a regular expression or pattern matching requests on the Alteryx community. I'm going to start with a view of the community post. It was extract text from a string that is between quotes starting from the right, and there's requirements that are hidden in the text here. We're looking for the end of the sentence in quotes to become its own column. So it's got to be the last stuff that's in quotes. Only the furthest right status in quotes when changed status or set status is mentioned. There's some sample data that have been provided, and the sample data provides the input and the desired output. In Alteryx, I have an input data tool that has that Excel file read in. I have a formula tool that applies a formula. I have since modified the formula, and a browse tool. And if I take a look at the browse output, I'll be able to look here and say, well, I've put in blanks instead of nulls as a difference between the results, but each one of the cases, I've come up with the same results that were provided in the 19 record sample. Now, when we take a look at the data itself, I know that I've got two cases. I'm looking for something that says change status or set status. I'm not really interested in Jane Doe has set the due date of status to in review to this other date. So there's some trick content in there that has set and status and quotes, but you don't want that result. So I'm going to have a formula that contains two different sets of conditions. One, I'm looking for this status here, and I'm going to go and take a filter and apply this. I'm going to do a custom filter, and contains change status or set status. And I want you to see, and I don't need to use a browse to look at this. When I run, I see things that have set status and changed status in the have columns, and things that don't have those words are coming out the false side of the equation. Now, just as I can filter the data and create two different streams of data that come through the tool where I have 11 and 8, within a formula tool, I can create an if statement that says if we have the condition where these statuses are being set, then do what I'm asking in the next sentence. So I'm combining the ability to do a filter, and on top of the filter, I can have another formula here that says in these conditions, I want you to do this replacement. And in these cases, whoops, we have a red exclamation. I did not set the column name, and I'll just give it a very short name of A. Here I can see that I'm getting these desired results for these records. So that what I did was I combined the effort of if this condition is true, apply this formula. Otherwise, in this formula, at the very end here, I'm saying, otherwise, just give me nothing. Tick, tick. And I like the appearance of tick, tick rather than the appearance of null. If you wanted to leave that as null, you could describe that as null, and the output when you run will now have nulls. And I'll leave the nulls in there even though I prefer the tick tick. So either approach to doing the problem is going to work, but I'm going to keep all my logic together and just have one tool here where I've created a new output column called result. And I've got the if condition where I'm contains change status or set status. Then I'm going to do this function. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it as null. Now, what is this regular expression stuff that I have? Regular expressions, there's a lot of resource here in the community. There's regex101.com. You can go there and get some more information. Regular expressions are something I think are very powerful. Go to Inspire, take a lesson. Go to Community, take a lesson. I'm completely self-taught in this area, and I'm going to try to explain to you as well as I can what this expression is doing. It's saying dot star is any single character 0 or more times. So this is just basically reading everything up to the word status, and then everything after status up to, and here I had to put in a ASCII code for a hex code for what does a quote look like. So I had to do that because the quotes have special meaning within the expression. And so I did anything up to the first quote. Then I said I need a group of everything dot star up until I come to this quote and this next quote. This is, and then everything after that. And this is just, this is not a regular expression 101. I just want to say that the expression works, and this is not the best learning exercise to jump into. I am going to show you some of this data. I'm going to pop this out and show you what's being created here as being the right result. So we have assigned and not submitted. And what it's doing here is somewhat greedy. It's taking Jane Doe's change of status from assigned to, and it's actually finding this last quote. And now it's going to go and grab everything up to that first quote that it sees, and it's going to take that and it's going to call that group 1. And as group 1 is set, it's now going to, for replacement, say I want to take everything in the have column and just keep this one group, and I'm going to store that in result. And so that's why I'm getting not submitted in this thing of result. I'm sorry that it, for the regular expression, it is a pattern matching problem. I've tried to solve it with some simple string functions here with contains. So I've replaced the code that I had originally set in the post. Please take a look at this, see if this makes sense to you, and have a great day.